Welcome to week 4 of Board Game News. This is our neighbour's cat, Kitty, who sometimes comes round, but I like to call her the best cat in the world. Fight me. Brain Games have announced a sequel to the smash hit dexterity game Ice Cool 2. The new standalone expansion will feature play with up to 8 players, considering you have the original game, team play, and also a racing mode, and the box will come with an actual ice pack because, oh my god, you mangle your fingers on those penguins, it hurts so much! Asmodee Group has announced that it's entered exclusive discussions to acquire Polish distributor and publisher Rebel. The press statement from Asmodee read, "No, this isn't the last one. There's many more. We're coming for your childhood home next. Oh my word." Eggerspiel have unveiled a new logo and announced a new title, Coimbra, after the Portuguese city. Coimbra, famous for its many festivals, including the Tin Can Festival, where the students express their pleasure in the loudest way that they can imagine with tin cans. Of course, if you ask me, I think they're not trying hard enough. I live next to a British school, and do you know what? If you really want to raise the noise to 11, just import a busload of British school children. And besides, Britain is in dire need of trade contracts right now, so this would just be a win-win for everyone. Coimbra is a co-design, and one of the co-designers was a co-designer with another co-designer on 2 other very popular co-designed European-style games, Lorenzo Il Magnifico and Grand Austria Hotel. Let's hope that this co-designer succeeds at striking out on their own co-design. Eggerspiel have also announced some extra details about their upcoming Great Western Trail expansion. It will include a new extension board, some new buildings and tokens, but what's most interesting is that listed next to the features of the game, such as age restrictions and player count and how long it takes to play the game, is the designer Alexander Pfister. Now, it's unclear what that means, whether the game can only be played by Alexander Pfister or whether this is an actual Alexander Pfister that comes in the box. But if you ask me, I think that it's still a pretty safe bet that this is a reveal for Westworld Season 2, and Alexander Pfister is the new cowboy robot android thing. Hub Games, a new company whose team has been responsible for nothing less than Rory's Story Cubes, have announced a very peculiar title, Holding On: The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr. It's a worker placement game where you're trying to solve the mystery of who this man Billy Kerr is. He's a 60-year-old man who's, by all accounts, dying in hospital according to the doctors, but somehow he's still clinging on to his life and just won't let go. As part of the game, you are trying to figure out what is it about Brian Kerr that makes him hold on. We wish the best of luck to the designers and publishers of the game, and whilst it remains to be seen how this mystery mechanism is going to work with the worker placement genre game, the problem is that I think we've already solved the mystery of Billy Kerr. You see, he is, in my opinion, the long lost and last remaining relative of Piper Kerr, and he's holding on because he has to see a penguin just this one last time. Portal Games have announced a new expansion for Robinson Crusoe, which is excellent news because out of the 2 games, Robinson Crusoe and First Martians, we definitely preferred Robinson Crusoe. But the one thing that we liked about First Martians was campaign play. And this is introducing a new campaign for Robinson Crusoe, The Lost City of Z. So it's like the marriage of the 2 best things, but that's not it. The expansion also offers just the core rules that it introduces for the campaign, but playable without the campaign with just the base game. And there's various new mechanisms and 10 new characters and a completely new, unique mechanism that has never been done in board games before, the sanity mechanism. I think it's testing my sanity. On a final note, we'd love to draw your attention to our friends John's Campaign Pledge Drive on Patreon. John has a YouTube channel about board games called John Gets Games, in which he doesn't get games, but he reviews them and he does playthroughs for them, and in that regard he gets games. But John is not just a personal friend of ours. John is a constant source of inspiration because of his incredibly professional and fastidious approach to reviewing board games. He covers all the bases and he always has something very intelligent and insightful to say about them. So if you haven't been a backer of John's before or you haven't seen his channel, please do check him out, and I think you will be very, very impressed. In this week's celebrity segment, in our entirely yet again redecorated interview room, we have our guest celebrity, Catherine Tate. Catherine, welcome, and please tell us, what do you think about this week's news?
I don't know, ask me in English.
Wow, Catherine, I don't think we're inviting you ever again. This has been this week's board game news. Subscribe to our channel for more news and some viewer-powered reviews.